Hi, today we'll talk about flying. For a lot of us, we love to fly. As for me, I'll take a train ride any day. But to travel halfway across the country when you have to be there, or all the way over the Arctic Circle to see Louie's family in the Philippines, well, that train ride would be a wet one. Sit back and enjoy this episode as we show you what it's like to fly over the top of the world to Asia. From start to finish, it's about 21 hours. And right away you're asking yourself, what meals do the airlines provide for all of that time? What's free? You might be surprised. You probably have heard that these planes on these routes are big. They are. And you might have read that those big planes on these routes are being phased out. Right again, but they're still big. Sit back and relax. We'll take you there.
All right, come on, let's go. We gotta go.
Watch your step.
Come on, we gotta go. What?
Watch your step.
I've done this a million times. I know what I'm doing. Come on.
Watch your step.
Whoa.
Watch your step.
Runway 33 left, so takeoff traffic 2 miles per hour behind you, no delay. Southwest 965, clear for takeoff, 32 left.
So many of us have flown, whether it be for vacation or seeing family and friends. We're flying, and the numbers show it. 4 years ago, 82% of Americans said they've flown at least once in their lifetime. Today, that number is 90%, with 21% in the last 3 months alone. Internationally, 3.8 billion people have flown, or 80%. Fares are acceptable, we're paying, and we're on the airplane. Planes are full, flying is at an all-time high. And now the questions. Flying around the world is different. I know, just the thought of it takes us out of our comfort zone of thinking. What do I do sitting on an airplane all day and all night? Do they feed me? What do they offer me in economy class? Well, sit back. We'll go over a few things for you. It's easy. It's just a bigger trip. Before you can see this, let's cover a few things first. The airport. It all starts here.
Welcome to New York Kennedy International Airport.
Not to come down on the entire travel industry, let's face it, the airport is not on anyone's top 10 I want to go there and hang out in line list. Though many are more aesthetically pleasing than some, your trip starts here, and on international flights, the routine is a little different. Some serious matters here. So let's calm ourselves down, breathe easy. Here's a few things to remember. Check-in. Check in 2 to 3 hours before your flight. Remember, you have a ticketing and TSA process to get through. Your bags. Your baggage and those fees you're used to are about to see brighter days. 2 bags up to 50 pounds, 23 kilos, can be checked free. Same thing with carry-on items up to 15 pounds each, no charge. You should carry a toiletry case. Remember, if it's carry-on, use the correct size. 3-ounce bottles and containers is the max. Don't forget, no sharp objects. Nail clippers, manicure scissors, tweezers. They go in your check bags. Pack an extra shirt, pants, just in case you'll want to change clothes. There are 10 to 12 restrooms on these big planes, and you'll be glad you brought something extra. Identification, your valid passport. Your driver's license if you have one. Make sure it's up to date to all real ID specifications. And something so little can be so embarrassing if you don't have one. Bring a ballpoint pen to fill out the arrival documents you'll be given on the plane before you arrive at your destination. Make sure you enable your phone to communicate in a foreign country before you leave U.S. airspace. Arrange it with your phone provider a few days before your trip, or your phone won't work when you arrive here. It's time now. You're ready. We've given you a lot of information. If you're leaving from the eastern half of the U.S., you'll be flying from your hometown to one of the major airports where the Asia-Pacific journey begins. The planes that fly this route are big. The engines alone on these planes are the same diameter of the cabin of a Southwest 737. The queen of the skies, the Boeing 747, has been the workhorse of the flight path you're about to take. You can thank Mr. Boeing and the CEO of Pan Am for literally inventing this big classy plane in 1969. And it is this plane that is the reason you can fly over 8,000 miles to Asia for about $600 one way. Ah yeah, raise your glass to the Queen for making that possible. Today, the Boeing 777, 787, and Airbus A350-900 are the planes on this route. Korean Air, Lufthansa, and British Airways are holding on to newer models of the 747. Korean Air and Emirates are holding on to the even bigger A380. We've flown United, Delta, Philippine Airlines, and Emirates. Emirates flying in a complete opposite direction, going over Nova Scotia, Europe, Ukraine, and over the sands of the Middle East to Dubai, then onward to Manila. It's a superb airline, and they've offered a round trip at one time for a fare of a little over $900 from Dulles to Manila via Dubai. They're number one on our list. United ranks at the bottom of our list for their tight seating. Try dropping your fork while eating lunch. You can't bend over to get it because the seats are that tight together. They say it's all in presentation, and their meal service wasn't anything to write home about. They've been listening to the complaints, and a few years ago, United has been improving on just that. Delta's long-haul flights to Asia are far and beyond what you would expect on any domestic route they have. What works for us is that it's convenient from BWI to Tokyo to Manila. Your bags are checked all the way. A brief stop in Japan to take on fuel and the first immigration checkpoint on the trip. Then the remaining 4 hours in the air to Manila, and by that time, meal number 3. Philippine Airlines has regained their status with the FAA to fly to and from JFK in New York City. The airline has a friendly and smiley staff. The flight was on a Boeing 777 that included a stop in Vancouver, Canada. Today, PAL 127 has a brand new Airbus A350-900, and the flight is non-stop from New York City to Manila. And sometimes they offer a round-trip ticket in the low $900 range. Round trip. That is definitely something to look into. All right, it's flying time. This is it. Your heart is beating. What's it like on the other side of the world? Am I really doing this? The questions are running like fast-flipping flashcards, and try to say that 6 times. Car keys, house keys, got them. Passport, got it. Credit cards, got it. Did I bring my phone? Will I have enough time to grab a bite to eat in Detroit? I think about my mom because she loved to fly. When I was 16, Dad had worked in Atlanta, in a place called Peachtree City, Georgia. Weekends meant flying with Mom to Atlanta. 80% of those trips, when I went along with her, she gave me the window seat. She said, "Sometimes we'll fly down along the coast. Other times we'll fly over the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia." She would love this flight. Over the Arctic Circle, in a plane only 6 months old, I know she would love this. The beauty of this route, something tells me she's already seen it. Meanwhile, Louis has given me the window. He's going to take a nap because our day started at 4 a.m. Okay, Airbus A350-900 made in Toulouse. Take me there.
Final preparation for landing at Narita. We do ask for your assistance by returning your seat backs to their upright position. Please throw in your tray tables.
We hope you enjoyed your flight around the world to the Philippines. You're better prepared now for the journey to the land of 7,000 islands. Thanks for watching. And as always,
Watch your step.